Scotty and Elite to play a little Rocket League. Want to do some Apex Legends. I've been doing a lot of heavy Rocket League as of late, so I wanted to be able to bring a little bit more Apex Legends to you, those who like that game a little bit better. So we've actually had the update that just happened. This is the newest update, right? So we've all been pretty excited for it, the old ways. I do have a video up on my YouTube as well as my Facebook page, Big D8235, just going into detail on some of the improvements that came around for the old ways release update. So let's go here to the menu real quick. This is where we usually go and choose the games we want to play, right? So you can see per the update, we now have the ability to choose between the maps in a regular match. So we have duos and trios. That's a nice touch. I like the duos when you don't have the third member, so that way you don't have to worry about playing with a random person, right? You can just team up with your other buddy. So that's new to the update. Unfortunately, duos is not going to be part of the ranked match. It's only going to be the trios in Kings Canyon. So just know that. But that's the updates real quick, just some of the updates. They've done a lot of things to the weapons and things like that, but we won't spend time on that. So we're going to pop into the Firing Ranger Hill real quick, and we're going to load in where we can do some practicing. And this is where you can actually test out all the weapons, all the attachments, and just warm up a bit before you actually go into an actual game, right? So then that way you can make sure you're on point when you're doing your shooting. So once you're in the firing range, you can hit the options button on your, the options button on your controller. So that way you can see the different weapons, right? You can also go to a different legend loadout if you want to. So if I want to go ahead and get out of that, I can do that and switch to a different legend if I want. So we do have that ability. So I'm going to go down here. And we're going to come down here to the firing range. So this is where we actually can choose whatever weapons we want to use, right? So here we have our energy weapons, right? Both sides here. Those are our legendary weapons. Then we also have our sniper, right? There's our sniper rounds, sniper weapons. There's all the associated attachments with it. You also have backpacks and shield cells and armors, right? You can turn on friendly fire and battle out with friends if you want to. So here we have our heavy weapons. Same thing, all the attachments, right? We have our light ammo weapons, and then we have our shotguns. So all the different weapons they have in the game. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pick one of my favorite weapons. So I'm going to use the G7 Scout. When I do this, I usually try to get the attachments that I usually come up with most likely in the game, right? So usually more than likely, I'm going to find a blue standard stock. When it comes to attachments, I'll probably end up finding a light mag that's going to be blue. And then for barrel stabilizer, I'm going to go ahead and throw a blue on that too. I feel like that's pretty likely. And then for my G7 Scout, for my sight, I'm actually going to go with this 1 to 2 variable hold. Because again, I feel like those are usually the more common attachments you run into in the game. So you can come in here after you get your weapon. The ammo will actually populate. So you can come here, right, grab all your light ammo you want, and gear up. So that way you can go ahead and try your shooting out here and see how it's going to treat you today. So now I have my weapon all loaded up. We have the attachments, as you can see there down below on my screen. We have the blue stabilizer, we have the blue magazine, we have the blue sight, we have the blue stock. The only thing I didn't put on there is the double tap. That's the far right emblem that isn't highlighted. I'm not really a big fan of the double tap. What that does is when you shoot the trigger here on the gun, it'll actually shoot out a double shot. So just not a big fan of it. The recoil kind of throws it off for me, so don't really, don't really like using that attachment. So now that I have all my attachments in, I can come here and zoom in, right? So I can just kind of move around here.
Go faster!
Hit my speed with Octane, right? And act like I'm in an actual live fire situation. So boom, there's one guy taken down. Move on to the next one. This next one's taken out, right? Go to the next guy. There we go. So really nice and solid to come in here, be able to, you know, just kind of shoot at the target as well too, right? Check out your target shooting ability. So sometimes if you have the time before matches, I actually recommend coming in here, just getting a little practice. So as you want, you can come in here, you can return to the lobby, you can change to the different legends you want as well too. You do have the ability to use their powers in here as well too, right? So if you want to jump off the launch pad, try using some of their abilities while they're doing, you know, while you're doing your shooting, you can do that as well too. So that way you can try to mimic what you'll be going through when you have them, right? So as you're going through your Apex and you're trying to improve, I recommend coming here to this free range, this firing range, getting used to the guns, how they shoot. Again, I recommend just getting the attachments that are most relevant to what you run into in the game. It's real nice to go grab the legendary and just shoot all day with that, right? Who doesn't want to be able to do that? But my recommendation is just to get a weapon that, you know, you're trying to get comfortable with. Grab attachments that are ones that you usually run into that are more common in the game. So then that way you can be more prepared to take on your battles. So keep checking in. This is just a short tutorial, again, on the firing range, how you can use it to benefit your growth in the game. So I'll add some more as we go through, and keep coming back to my YouTube, Facebook, looking for that content. I do some advertisements on Instagram as well too. So look for that, and hopefully it helps you guys out on becoming a better player inside of Apex. Again, this is Big D 8235. I'll see you online another time, and in the meantime, have fun and keep dominating the playing field.